everybody, and welcome to Board Game Inquisition, where we are fans of board games, both new and old. So today we're going to be unboxing Rokoko, which comes from Pegasus Spiele, and the many designers of Matthias Kramer, Louis Maltz, and Stefan Maltz. I wonder if they're related. It's a game for 2 to 5 players. It plays in apparently between 60 and 120 minutes. And it's a game about making dresses. So let's see what's inside the box. So, the first thing actually I will note is that this is a new version of Rococo. I didn't buy it second hand. Actually, I lie, I did buy it second hand. I bought it from the Geek Marketplace. But interestingly enough, a lot of these that are advertised as being in German, as you can see here, is the German-English sticker. And this game is language independent, so I bought it thinking, okay, I'll print out the rules and we'll play it. But it showed up with the English rules inside of it, because I assume of the English thing sticker. So, just something for you to know. Alright, so first thing that's inside of any good board game box when you open it is the rules. Now, as good and all as my German is, we're not going to go there today. And, okay, so the English rules. First things first. This is a giant rule book. It's in fact the size of the box. I already dislike it based on this information. It's made of... It's not too bad. It's not the nice rule book. It's quite the, you know, the shiny, feely one. What does it tell us about it? Okay, I love when the game starts with the object of the game and when it ends. Look at that, all there in like a couple of sentences. It explains the components with pictures, positive stuff. Woo! Okay, this is a lot of stuff. So that's it, simply explaining the setup. I like the fact that it has steps. And then how to go through each of the phases, yet again with pictures. Always good stuff. And more of the same phases. I like when the phase changes, they change the colour so that you could keep along, and if you needed to look back, you would remember that, oh yeah, the make a dress section is red, which is good. The font choice is good, it's easy to read, and there isn't a lot of text on the page, so you can kind of give your eyes a break. I say this up until the point, of course, where you see this, where there is tons of things to read. But I think this is just to do with the scoring. Yes, this is the scoring. So scoring usually does need a little bit of text, doesn't it? But they're in nice little boxes with diagrams and stuff. So it's not entirely a wall of text. And then, of course, the big question for me is always, what's in the back of the rulebook? Hey! Well done! I love when people use the back of the rulebook to give us further information about the game or reminders. And this one is the overview of the employee bonuses, so it reminds you what all your people who come work for you do. Well done, Rococo. Okay, so since we don't need the rulebook now, we apparently know what we're doing. It's the board game box, the game board, the board game box, the game board. All right, how big is this thing? Now, first thing to know is there are 2 sides to this. So this is the 4 to 5 player side. I'll flip it over. And yeah, so this is the side for 2 to 3 players. I don't think it'll fit entirely on the screen for you. So what we'll do is we'll start at the bottom and we'll work our way up. Because that's basically how this whole house works anyway. So first off, it's a beautiful game board, isn't it? I think it's gorgeous, and as you can see, it's like a mansion. It's beautifully lit up. It's got a lot of things written on it, and I always appreciate that about a game board. So, you know, as you can see, it's worker placement because, you know, you just, I like put a guy here, get this, get this, get this. Here along the side is spaces for cards. There's reminders for who can and can't do what, for victory point scoring, and things like that. So I like a board that helps you with the information. So I really appreciate this. And of course then, it's got fireworks on the terrace, which makes it very pretty. I find the board to be quite inviting, and I quite like the art style on it. So that's the board for Rococo. Let's fold her up. If she's so inclined, yes. So now, what's left in the box? First things first, there's a bag. Ooh, what's in the bag? What's in the bag? Let's pull them out. Ooh, okay, there are dresses. Considering this is a game about making dresses, we should not be surprised. Now, I'd like to point out that we don't just make dresses, we also tailor outfits. See, men need clothes to go to the party in too. I quite, the shape of these is cool, isn't it? Because they're almost like a person, they're rounded on the head. And as you can see on one side, it shows you a little picture of the dress and tells you the items you need to make it, how many victory points it's worth if you were to give it to a noble to wear, and how much money it's worth if you were to just straight up sell it, because money's important. It costs money to make dresses, people, and if you want to make more dresses, you're going to need more money. And so you can see, when she's placed on the board, then it's worth 2 victory points. I really like the artwork, and these are quite small. Obviously it's set in a specific time period, the Rococo era, hence the name. But I think that there's quite a bit of variation in the types of things as well they wear. She says, while revealing the 2 yellows and 2 identical 3 greens. Maybe I lied. Maybe I lied horribly. Yeah, maybe you're all in the same thing if you're in one colour. Are they? Yeah, they are. They're all the same. Whoops. But those are what all the little dress kind of people look like, and they're the people who go on the player board. Okay, next. We'll go through, well, okay, so there are cubes. So these are supposed to represent, if I remember correctly, lace and thread. I've only played the game once. And I can't wait to play it again because it was really good. So yeah, these are not your typical wooden cubes. They're really nice ones actually. They're very, when they've been properly like softly rounded, whatever it is. Yeah, good old traditional German cubes at its best. Okay, we'll go through like the deck of peoples, because the peoples are kind of exciting. What's this? Oh yeah, I sleeved it. I sleeved it as we played it. I was like, I can't not sleeve this thing. Okay, so these are the different people who you can hire to come and work in your tailor shop and make dresses with you. The artwork on this is pretty, pretty standard, I suppose, isn't it? The symbology and stuff on it isn't bad. It makes a lot of sense. They're all green, so there's a bit of a standard there. The quality of the cards themselves, actually, here, we'll take one out of the sleeve, because otherwise how are you supposed to know? They're alright. They're alright. They're a little waxy. They're a little waxy. I think that might be why they're sleeved, because I think that's the sort that would, greasy hands kind of thing wouldn't go well with. But overall, I think that they're nice enough. They're standard. They're not like amazings. Okay, what do we got next? An entire ton of tokens. These tokens are the ones with cloth on them by the looks of it. So I'll very quickly show you some of those. So throughout the game, you're going to have to buy cloth and lace and whatever the other grey cube I called it earlier to build your dresses with. So they come on these little wooden tokens, which are all the same colour on the back. And they're nice and thick actually. They're not like chunky, but they're decent. They're not crappy anyway, so that's good. You're going to find that about most of the cardboard items in this game, because there are quite a few. So this was basically what we've done. We separated the different player groups into their different colours. So there's green, there's red. I'll open up the red one for you because red's my one, and red's my favourite colour. So I usually play red, so I'll show you what was inside my starting bag. So you start with an action row, also made of card. Really nice, and it's also a reminder of all the actions you can perform during a turn. Love those. Big fan of those. So that was that, and I also start with some workers. I start with the desk. Please don't let me have actually dropped that. I did. So there's a reminder first of all for scoring. God, I like that a lot, right? Not just scoring. And it's kind of like a drafting game in the sense that you start with a hand of workers and you can go and buy more workers and get rid of some out of your deck if you so wish. And that's quite intelligent. So your starting hand looks just like the ones you would buy later, so you can't differentiate between them. And you get a ton of wooden red tokens, or wooden any colour tokens depending on your colour, to mark which people you've placed on the board. All good. Have a piece of money in here because you start with money. Money, standard, cardboardy bits. All good. And I think we're pretty much right at the end of the box now. Since the others are colours, we'll keep going anyway. So there's the blue, there's the yellow. Those are your choice of colours, people. Blue, yellow, red and green. And there's a purple. For all of you who love purple, myself included, there's a purple. I love that. And then bag of money, and we talked about that. And then the final thing is victory points. So there's just some victory point tokens made of the usual cardboard fare, and that's yeah, nothing special, it's standard stuff. So the game, like, it's not particularly looks, I call it functional, is what I call it, you know, from the component point of view. The game itself is very interesting and very, very fun, quite like it. And then we put it all back in the box, because, you know, it's how it goes. It's a shame that rulebook is so big, it had so much going for it. Okay, so you've been watching me unbox Rococo. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, maybe we'll meet again and we'll unbox something else. So goodbye from Board Game Inquisition. Take care.